Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports. Today's video is all about those foil kites. Foil kites with their tangles and how to untangle those big, complex bridles. It's not so hard, so stay tuned. I'll show you the secrets. Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports, and guess what? This video is all about how to untangle your foil kite. Foil kites are pretty cool. They're pretty high performance. They have great efficiency in going upwind, and the loft and hang time is absolutely amazing. Jamie Overbeek actually had the record, the world record for the highest jump for the longest time on a 9-meter R1 made by Ozone. And well, today I'm using an R1. It's a 15-meter, quite large, so we're going to show you exactly how to untangle those lines so you can get out on the water a lot sooner. Don't be intimidated by this, all right? It takes a second longer than it would for you to rig up your inflatable kites. Well, as the years grew and I've gotten better at this, it takes me actually less time to set up a foil kite, no matter what its condition is, tangled or not, than it is for pumping up a kite. There was a time and place where I actually felt like I didn't want to pump kites. I'd rather take a foil kite out. So don't disregard them as being really awesome to kind of learn on, or just get out in light winds or foil with, whatever the case may be. So check it out. The actual kite, you have to know how it's made first, right? What it is you have a layer of A, B, C, and let's just call it D, because every company in the world has their own name for the last layer. And those are the horizontal attachments all the way across the canopy. And then you have two sets of bridles that cascade down to your connection points, all the way down to where the bar is then located, right? So each section, you have one on the left and one on the right, is going to have their own configuration of lines. Like I said earlier, the A, B, C, and D's. And everybody gets pretty intimidated when they start looking at all these bridles and learning how to untangle them, because they need to be untangled before you can launch the kite. And especially when you've just taken it out of the bag and it looks something like this, because you didn't learn to kind of pack up your bar correctly, and now your bridles are pretty much fouled and the kite's not going to fly like that. So a real simple rule is don't look at the tangles. Don't look at those tangles at all. Don't get fixated on them. I know you will. Remember that. I told you so. Don't look at them, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to go over to our A's. Those A's are the very first thing that we're going to focus on. The A's is going to be that first horizontal row of connection points on the kite. We're going to simply grab those A's, walk our hands down that cascading bridle, and we're just going to simply pull on it. And you'll see that the bunch of, tangles is going to get closer and closer to where we're pulling, and we're going to get up to that thicker line. Everything else will fall out of that. So focusing on those A's no matter what. And if I find that I went the wrong way on it, I'm just going to go back to the A's again and pull it back through. This is a stage in the game that it takes some patience, and also just some rules. Rules of thumb: start with A, then go to B, then C, then D, no matter what. Don't get fixated on the tangles. All right, so I have the A's almost perfectly untangled. You got one more little spin there. Who cares about the B's and the C's and the D's? I'm all about the A's right now. There we go. So the A's are now completely untangled. Guess what? What comes next? B. We're going to go to the B's. If I have to, what I'll do is I'll take these A's, kind of just put them off to the side, and then I'll go over to the kite, find my B's. That's going to be the next set. And I know what you guys are thinking if you've never flown a foil kite before that. This looks pretty intimidating, but man, I got to tell you, it's a great feeling when you can fly these kites. The hang time, the loft, oh, it's unreal, unmatched in this industry with any inflatable. So there we go. Now, if you're cross training, which a lot of kiteboarders do, if you're cross training, if you're learning this on the water, well, you can take this over to paragliding. So I'm just focusing on those B's. And I gotta be honest, I haven't flown a foil kite in a while, so this is a little bit of a refresher course. Here we go. There's our bees. Perfect. And now, for the most part, just about every time you get to this section, you'll actually see that if you got those A's untangled and now the B's are untangled, you'll see that the C's and D's are actually perfectly untangled also. All right, there's my A's. And then now my B's are fully untangled, perfect. And then now working on my C and D. Just need to do one little spin there. And here we are. So, although it looked like, you know, a pretty intimidating mess of spaghetti and whatnot, I gotta tell you, foil kites untangle pretty darn easy. It's when you get in a total rat's nest where the kite's all spun around, that might take a little bit longer. It really doesn't matter how bad it is. The rule still applies. A first, all the way down to D. And like I said earlier, a little cheat thing is once you get the A and the B all disconnected and untangled, every time that C and D just about falls apart, and boom, we're connecting to our kite and moving on. So if you're still tuning in, let's go ahead and do this other side because we have to do it twice. And here's a little tidbit secret to not tangle up your bar is that after I disconnect, I'm gonna go ahead and connect these two pigtails together and then I'll fish them right in here. Most of the kites have these kind of like Velcro little zipper connections, or you can actually stuff them inside the little sock right here. So most of the kite companies out there will have some sort of connection. Same thing applies. I'm gonna stretch them out. Now this is a race kite, so the bridles are micro thin, and hopefully the video you can actually see them a bit. But you know, most free ride kites, kites that you're gonna go out and like foil on, these lines are a lot thicker. So I'm gonna get rid of all that. You know, try not to fixate on the tangles. I'm gonna look for those A's. I don't have a real clear vision of it, so I'm gonna drop those. I'm gonna go down to my A's. Here we are. And watch, look at that. The whole entire thing untangled itself just by focusing on those A's. And now if I stretch the lines tight, I have that full cascading bridle, and boom, good to go. All right, so this video isn't to intimidate you, it's to inspire you or give you confidence that it's really not that hard as long as you apply that one golden rule that I've come up with throughout the years. I don't have much paragliding experience, and I don't have much influence or training on this. It's kind of usually, you know, fly by the seat of your pants and figure it out on your own. But with this video, it's gonna get you out in the water a lot sooner. So like and subscribe, and if you have any questions in the comments, I'll help you out. If you have any other, videos that you haven't seen, well, shoot them our way. We'll make them for you, all right? This is Aaron with Elite Water Sports. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.